Okay, welcome back to Lords of Lore. I'm your host, Mark, with my co host, Lord Drew. If you're into video games, you can view them on uh, Lord underscore Drew underscore 72 at Twitch.
Yeah, I stream day and night, mostly in Fallout 76 right now, but I do play Dead by Daylight and other games.
Okay, this episode, we're going to be talking about the TV series Angel, which is a spinoff of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Uh, I like the show a lot. It's part of the Buffy verse, as they call it
Right.
now.
Yep.
If you're not familiar,
I'm not sure if he has his own comic or not. I really don't know. I know that Buffy's still going, but I don't know if Angel ever had a
I
comic.
don't know either. I just know that
I don't think he did. I think he's just part of the Buffy verse, the Buffy books. I don't know.
I know the he continuing comic book after the season 5 finale, but I'm not.
So yeah, there was a comic.
Yeah, I'm not sure how if it's still going today or not.
Okay.
uh, Definitely check the series out if you haven't. I'd watch Buffy first.
Yeah, I agree.
But watch Angel also.
It's a spinoff. It's different. It took them a half a season to figure out what they kind of wanted to do with the character.
If you're watching the first season, give it a little bit of time because the first few, like you said, the first half, they're trying
truthfully until they killed Doyle, it can't find its footing.
Right. They couldn't do it. They wanted to.
They did a private eye vigilante. They just didn't know where to go with the guy.
No, and then but they wanted to be kind of different from Buffy, but
right. But they wanted to be in the verse, but nothing like Buffy.
They want to be.
So they struggle with finding themselves.
Yeah, they wanted to stand on their own feet, but
right.
With Buffy,
they were very. It was very procedural at first.
Yeah.
What I don't like, the characters were struggling to find their space, who they were. There wasn't a lot of character at first. I almost gave up on it until Wesley showed up. That changed everything for me. Doyle's death was awesome. They did a good job. That was the best part of that story arc because it's like this first season is like 2 seasons in one. Yeah. You've got the Doyle, the kind of like that whole thing is that whole. I know it's a bunch of episodes, but that whole thing is like the beta, the beginning, the test.
Right. Yeah.
This is we're gonna. And then once Wesley comes along, I think they start to understand what they can do.
Well, I think it's when Wesley comes along that's when the whole chemistry comes together.
Yes.
So it was lacking the chemistry.
Where Doyle didn't click with Cordelia at all.
No.
He barely clicked. Him and Angel had a faux relationship that you could see it was really not very good.
Right.
It was common corny.
Right.
But when Wesley came in, the dynamics changed between all the characters.
Significantly, yes.
And he came in as the clumsy, silly Wes that you remembered from Buffy, except he tried to look cool. He had on his leather jacket, his crossbows, his motorcycle.
Right. After
he was definitely trying to be hard, Joe.
After he basically got kicked out of the Watchers.
Yeah, the Watchers kicked him out because he failed at 2 slavers. He got 1 kill, 1 turned into a villain. Yeah, he failed miserably as a Watcher.
But if you're unfamiliar, Angel is a vampire that is with a soul.
Oh yeah, we did. Just did the Buffy episode podcast. So that's
so if you haven't watched that, go check that out. Also,
in this Buffy verse, the vampires are demons that possess humans. Once the humans dies you go through the process to become a vampire. You drink their blood, you die, you're resurrected as a vampire. Angel is unique because he was the demon Angelus as a vampire was cursed by a family of gypsies that he had tormented. They cursed him by putting Angel's soul back into the demon's body, the vampire's body, and now Angel has to live as a vampire holding off a demon.
Yeah.
They don't really show it that way much in the show.
No.
But once Angelus comes out the first time, you realize that like Puck from the Marvel Universe, he's got a burden that at any point this demon can slip free. And I don't ever want that to happen.
Right.
It'd have been nice if they told him, if you have one moment of pure happiness, I know Angelus, he would not have done it.
Right.
He wouldn't have done nothing to risk that. He would have happily stayed in that alley. Yeah. Just to not risk Angelus's freedom.
Right.
Because he saw the demon, every part of the demon that no one else got to see.
Right.
Angel got to see it.
Right. and he
And so
has
you never want that out
all
again.
his memories,
Right.
terrorizing, and
That was the curse. They punished the human that did nothing. I just didn't get it.
yeah, I didn't either, but that's just the way they did it. Okay, so Angel's basically the main champion of the TV show.
Yeah. He's the protagonist.
So he's fighting vampires, demons. You know, he's the main champion of the show, who is still on his own journey.
Yeah, he's left Buffy so she can be free of what his future could possibly bring, and he's lost trying to find his way. Doesn't know what to do.
Right.
He doesn't. He wants to do good, but he's just not sure how.
Right.
He's a P. He for the first season, he's mostly a PI / vigilante / getting his group together. That's really what the first season is all about for this show.
Definitely what
the show's getting the people together, getting the organization that's going to be the villain throughout his whole run.
Yeah.
You know, Wolfram and Hart will be there.
Yes.
And so Angel is it's I like that it found its footing fast, you know?
Yeah, it did.
Because honestly, if they don't kill Doyle and bring Wesley in, I think that show fails. I don't think it even finishes its season.
No, it wouldn't. It would. I don't think it would. It might have got a second season. I doubt it, but it would not have gotten.
No, I heard they were getting kicked in the butt. They need to fix. They need to get it going, get it together.
Right, and that's basically why they killed the Doyle character off.
Yeah, he was killing them in money. And Capital's coming in late. I'm not sure everything that was going on. I heard
hearsay, but yeah. But that
I've read the stuff. He was doing it on the Roseanne show. You know, now he's older. He's still Irish.
And then
go figure.
Another character that came over from the Buffy show was the Cordelia Chase character, who she wants to come to Los Angeles to become an actress.
Right.
So
live her dream.
So she's another character that's lost after season 3 of Buffy.
Everybody in the Angel sphere is a lost soul.
Right.
That's what makes the team special.
That's why it's Los Angeles. You know.
Right. City of demons and angels.
And and then she ends up meeting Angel at a party.
Right.
So
that's just a passing to them in their minds.
Right. And she had a lot of character growth on this show also.
Oh yeah. She went from
it continued. It went from Buffy. It continued on this show.
This show, she started off superficial, still the same old Cordelia we knew, except she's down on her luck. She has no money. She's poor. Food from parties. We're trying to get a job.
Right. And
down on her luck.
And then in the pilot, she's a vampire that's like a big exec, basically.
Yes.
Is trying
to who is protected and represented by the law firm Wolfram and Hart, which
you will hear a lot during this.
Yeah, this is the primary story arc overall villain.
Yes, but I like that in the pilot, he takes her back to his place, and she's going about how she likes this, and she's trying to suck up to him so she can be an actress, but she's describing the room, and then in the end, she's like, "You're a vampire." Yeah,
the verbal description of the room and the way she describes it, she's like, "Wait, you're a vampire? I recognize this setup."
Right.
From Sunnydale. I know.
Of course, the vampire was not ready for that. He didn't. He's like, "What? No."
Right. Throw him off. Right. He's here. He's thinking he's about to get him an easy meal, and then like like the serial killer, you turn around and see him coming. That's what it was like,
But throughout the series, she becomes more of a pivotal role in this group. And
in many ways, I akin her to the Xander of that for the first 3 seasons.
Yes. Yes.
She becomes more like that.
Oh yeah, she's
the heart figure that,
right.
And
I like the character because she'll tell you what's on her mind no matter what.
She's still Cordelia.
Yeah. And then of course we were talking about the Doyle character.
I didn't like him a lot at first. I did like him the last 2 episodes he was in.
Yeah.
Like, man, they're getting him going, and then he's dead.
Right. I mean, I liked when they revealed his back history on how he got here.
Yes.
But he's the one.
Right. They showed that story of how we know in human history that we've had to smuggle humans to safety from oppressive people. they show that goes on in the demon community too, not just with demons oppressing demons, but humans oppressing demons as well.
Right.
So
So
we all know demons oppress us.
So this is the character that gets Angel started on his path.
Yes.
When he's lost.
He pulls the same card that I can't remember, Whisker pulled. He's a Whisker in Angel. I don't know if you remember the episode of Buffy, the 2 episodes, the endings,
yeah,
they kill Kendra and all that.
Yeah,
with that Whisker character.
Yeah,
it's that what Josh was trying to redo that, but bigger. You know, right. That could be the opening salvo, the story that gets us started.
Right.
And he found out he was wrong because he got an actor that's not showing up. He's breaking up the time. We have to rewrite whole scenes because he's not showing up today. That's why there was episodes, I don't know if you noticed, but he wasn't in it as much as you thought he should be.
Right.
Because they had to rewrite this dude in because he ain't here. He drunk on a couch in a hotel room.
But
not speaking bad. I mean, do what you want. Be you. You know, I've been drunk on my mind. Who hasn't?
He's the one that leads Angel on the path.
Right. Starts him on that journey of more than a vigilante. You're doing this for, you know.
He receives visions from the powers that be.
And then it never really says what exactly has to be done, but this person needs help.
Right. So, it's mind splitting skull visions, and he only gets pieces and parts. He doesn't get the whole story.
Yeah, lose your bodily functions, head splitting visions.
Right. So then he's got to go tell Angel, and they got to figure out what they got to do. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong. But that's what happens when.
Yeah. So, like I said, the visions aren't like go do this to this. It's like go save these people. They're in danger. And you get there, and one of the kids all possessed, and that's what we got to do. We got to get this demon out of this kid, and you find out actually the demon's trapped, and the kid is more evil than anything.
Right, and he's trying to get out.
Right, the demon's trying to run for his fucking life. I came in the wrong body, yo.
And during his voice on the show, towards the end, before Doyle sacrifices himself, he passes the visions on to Cordelia, which is how she plays a pivotal role.
Yeah, changing Cordelia forever.
Right.
The mean girl will slowly and painfully shift to a hero, in my opinion.
Right.
I like what she became an Angel. I really did.
Yep.
I did not. I mean, I liked what she was in Buffy. I liked the role, but I did not like the character. Not supposed to.
Right.
Character was most of the time was a superficial, know it all, know nothing bitch, which is what the idea was.
Right.
An Angel, she became, I don't know, arc hero.
In my opinion, she became the mother of the Angel curse.
Yeah, she was that. Yeah, she was, which we can get into later.
Right.
With the kind of
thing, right.
But, yeah.
But she's the one.
Definitely, yeah.
She's the character that kept each character in check.
Yes. Her ego being who she was, you couldn't get too out of control with your ego.
No.
She's Cordelia and she's not having it.
Right. So after Doyle passes, now enters Wesley. He's back. So he takes the spot and joins the Angel.
Yeah, he becomes part of the detective agency.
And
Angel Inc.
I think one of the largest character growth on the show by far.
Yeah, Wesley came. Yeah, it was insane.
Like,
I mean,
that first episode, if you had told me he's going to be the leader of Angel Investigations, I would have been like, no way.
Yeah, before the end of this show, I mean, we take the first and the last of all the characters. Easily, Wesley makes this leap that no one else leaps. That no one else comes close to.
No.
They just can't leap like he leaped.
No.
And I think it was.
But
it was before he got his throat slit, but that was another.
Yeah, you get
serious change in his character.
You get to see it in the show. Each thing that happens to him changes him. Changes him.
He learns like in none of the other characters. I mean, I'm not disrespecting Buffy's and Angel fans or nothing, but man, does that dude learn from what's going on, and like I don't know, He's like their mastermind.
Right. Each time he becomes a stronger character.
Yeah.
Stronger
Look at
character.
it, how he's standing by Giles and just a bitch. And just imagine the first Wesley, 20 of them versus one of the last season Wesley,
Not,
right?
yeah, not even.
This isn't even a fight. This
No.
is a joke.
No.
Yeah, he's eating dinner while they're all massacring themselves or something, probably.
Right.
But yeah, he's one of my favorite characters. And he was from the beginning. I even like the silly Wesley. I love the episode in Angels where they reverted back to their old selves. That was great.
Yeah, that was hilarious too.
Nice to do that. And everybody forgot the old characters right.
Yes.
Well, we never seen Liam, so we don't know how right Angel, but he
Right.
seemed to play him well.
Right. And then another character that became one of the stars is the Charles Gunn character.
Oh yeah.
Basically, he was he protected the street.
Yeah, he was a street protector. He protected the poor, predominantly black neighborhood, was the way they portrayed it, from vampires.
Right.
He had organized a gang, but not to fight gangs, just to fight vampires.
Vampires, yes.
And he was the leader.
Right. After his sister,
we're introduced to him by his sister being turned into a vampire. And he has to kill her.
And yeah,
so that's right. He killed his sister. Right, let's not forget that.
And at first, he wants to kill Angel. You know, here's a vampire in our territory. Yeah, we got to kill him. But he, in essence, most of the series, he's the muscle. You know, he's the fighter. The bodyguard, if you will. But
yeah, as an avid comic book fan, he reminds me of a human Luke Cage, because he starts out that hire. He's for hire.
Yeah,
you know, he has that that mentality. I'm for hire. He's being hired by Angel Investigation for a season or two before he actually becomes part of the team.
Yeah,
I mean, the big part of the team moment was when he went to Lauren's world.
Yes,
solidified. Okay, he's in your Angel Investigations. That's that.
Right, because his street crew, the street gang wanted him back.
Right.
He was neglecting them, helping Angel Investigations basically, mostly. So he had to make a choice.
Right. You can't be in both worlds. You got to help. You either got to be, and he chose Angels because Angel and them had a bigger vision.
Yes.
And he felt that the streets were in good hands. He had taught them well.
Right.
So unlike Batman, who wants to stay around and protect Gotham, who's, Gunn chose to outwork in the Watchtower and let Gotham be.
Right. You want to be part of something bigger.
And help. He saw that Angel Investigations have potential to help more people.
Yeah. And then
save more lives.
And then Winifred, or Fred.
Yeah.
You meet her in season 2 when they travel to a different dimension.
Yeah. She's a nerdy farm girl that got sucked into another dimension of hell. Well, it's supposed to be a hell. It's Lauren's world.
Right.
It is a hell dimension.
Right.
Consider to humans.
There's no music in that world.
Yeah, no music. Humans are slaves.
Humans are slaves.
They put collars around your head that'll blow your head off like in Running Man.
Mm-hmm.
Or any other the Riddick video game.
Right. I was.
She's been kidnapped for a long time too, right? For years.
Yeah.
And so she's like,
she got sucked in from a portal in
school when she went to college.
Yeah.
And she's been stuck in that world for years, where she's been a slave. She's been beaten, tortured. Who knows what else? We've got to assume she was raped. All that evil stuff.
You have to, and then
because they do. She is. She could tell she was brutalized.
Yeah, she's.
They never say exactly what happened to her, but you can infer.
Yeah. But she's when the
I use inference, right?
When the character is introduced, she's basically on a run.
Yeah, she's on the run. She's free, and she ain't going back, Jack.
So, I liked that dimension.
Yeah, she comes out. She gets out of her shell eventually, and she becomes an active, even an important, pivotal character for a while there in Angel Investigations.
Yeah, she later. I mean, she becomes the brains, the intellect.
Her and Wes are the brains. It's funny that her. Let me break this down for you. Ready? Angel and Wes are the leaders. You ready? Her and Wes are the brains, right? gun in him or the muscle. Go figure. He's every character. I'm telling you, man.
I know.
He's no joke. They
No, he's
really
not.
they could make a whole Wesley series. I know they
Yes,
could.
they could.
I know they killed him. I get it. We're gonna talk about that. Yeah, that's right. Spoiler: they kill him. Got to kill people in the final episode. That's what they're doing though. They in a way they were answering their fans because people thought that not enough people died in Buffy.
Right.
And that's true. We're being attacked on this scale. So people about to bite it, man. Who is it? People like, well, you can't bring them back. You can't kill them. We want you can bring anybody back. Spike was dusted in the Buffy series.
Yeah.
Gone, soul torment, dusted to ash. Like no vampire had ever been dusted.
Well,
and boom, they brought him back.
Spike, Angel, Buffy.
Right. They all died. They've all bit the dust. Right. All been resurrected.
All been resurrected.
How many fucking times has the Joker lived?
Right.
Do we all remember Batman dead with a broken back?
That's just because you're dead doesn't mean your story's over.
Right.
Especially in comic books or TV world.
Right.
And another character, Lauren.
Yeah. Lauren, I didn't be honest. I'm breaking. I didn't really like him at first, but he really grew on me.
Yeah.
First, I was like, eh.
Well, at first, I'm like, oh, we're only going to see him a couple episodes.
The idea that he was the sanctuary and they were doing the karaoke. It was like, in the one episode where they all sung, like, so because I did like that. Then I just grew to like it. I like the aspect. You sing, and singing does open up your soul for viewing. Like your eyes and your ears, and song are the windows to your soul. People don't say it right. That's the saying. What the saying used to be. Your eyes, your ears, and song are the windows to your soul. And so that way you're pure when you're singing,
Right.
But once you get into the music, you become who you are, your rhythms, who you're echoing out, and you can read that. So I did like that aspect, but it took a while for the character to
right. Well, I think he wasn't supposed to be on there as long as he ended up being. Like they started liking him. He's basically a demon, an empath demon, said, who can really see into your soul when you sing. He's also from the world.
It's not just that he can see into your soul; it's that he can see your future in a way. Right. It's not exact, but it's dangerously close.
And he's from the dimension that Fred was
kidnapped in. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Well, sucked in. Portal. I don't know.
Right.
They said she just sucked in by a portal, and then
he never wanted to go back
there for Cordelia.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh hell no."
Yeah,
I'll tell y'all how to get there, but I ain't coming. Right. And it's funny because he said it over and over and over again. Yeah, I can get y'all there, but I ain't going. Oh yeah, I'll help y'all, but I'm not going. And then he's like, "What part of that didn't y'all hear about that I've been saying? I'm not going back. Fuck that world. It was a shitty world. No song, no music.
Yeah, it was.
Humans were cattle. We were less than cattle.
Less than cattle.
Cattle were more important than us.
Yeah.
I mean, they hunted us for fun. Mm-hmm. It was I don't think you'd want to live there. No, all hounds as pets.
No. And I liked it, and that we'll talk about that later. Connor was another character.
Okay, Connor. Yeah, we did get caught up in talking about worlds.
Yeah.
But Lord is a dimension. I mean, he's got his own world.
Yeah. But Connor is Angel's son. Angel and Darla. We'll dive more into that. Basically, after he's born, when he's a baby, an enemy of Angel's kidnaps him and raises him somewhere else.
Holt,
yeah. But when he comes back, I wasn't. I wasn't the big fan on this character.
Is sad. She is.
Okay, that is the best way to describe him.
I mean, he's kidnapped as a baby by Holt, who is Angel's century-long enemy. He's traveled through time to come stop Angel and Darla. And instead of killing Connor, like the prophecy said, he snatched him up and went into a hell dimension. Raised Connor in a hell dimension. This is where Connor's raised in hell, the literal hell, where every day he had to fight demons. So much so that first he was terrorized, but then he started hunting them daily. So he's a badass anime, kick-ass, broody, sad, poor me, daddy and mommy don't love me. That character, that every anime character I've ever seen, the head anime guy. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. But yeah, if you like anime, you love Connor's character. I mean, he does bring anime to that world.
I wasn't the biggest Connor fan, to be honest.
G loved him. That was G's favorite. Seriously, his favorite character of the series, which is crazy because he's not there but the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and G loved him. I remember.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew. I was like, why did you like this dude? And then it hit me. He's anime all the way. There was a character that was like an assassin that they used to like back in the day when it was called Japanimation. It first came to America. And the Lineums loved this dude. And I was like, he's like whiny and cryy. That's anime heroes. That's most of them.
And then Spike from Buffy comes over at the last season.
He's only there for 1 season.
Just 1 season.
Wow. What an impact for 1 season.
Yeah, I know.
That is crazy.
You would have thought it was there longer.
Yeah, I thought he came into the 2nd season.
No, it was.
So he died on Buffy.
Yep.
There were 2 seasons left of Angel. He didn't go to Angel the 1st season.
No.
Sure. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, it was the last one because
it went 1 more season than Buffy.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And
for some reason, I thought it went 2.
And it was Wolfman Heart's one that basically brought Spike.
Yes, that's right. Right. Bust up the dynamic that was going so well.
Yeah.
Little did they know.
Little did they know. But I mean, I like this character a lot. He went and got his soul himself. Went to trials, everything, just to get his soul back. That's different and interesting.
Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, his character, his human character, it's like that Captain Kirk thing for me. Sometimes humanity is underrated. There are things that mothers will walk through hell to make sure it won't happen to their child. They easily sacrifice their life just to help them up, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I think got through to Spike. The chip helped. What was the humanity that all vampires absorb when they become vampires? They absorb some of our humanity. And I think Spike was so good, so persistent as a character, you know, the idea of who he was, that it convinced him. His love for Buffy as not just Spike, it was also William.
Yep.
So both beings loved her.
Yeah.
And I believe the humanity left in the vampire, not William himself. What was William? What was his humanity? Left us like when Clark left a stain on Lionel.
Yeah.
That kind of idea. I think that's what happened. And it drove him to say, I'm going to go get a soul and I'm never going to hurt a human again. You know, on my own. Fuck the chip. I ain't never hurt nobody again. And I like that. That's impressive to me.
Right. And then later in the final season, Illyria.
Short-lived, one of my favorite characters, man. Of all the entire both series. I love the aspect of her.
I did too.
I mean,
this is
especially if you just you could put Winifred in it and say, wow, what a change. She stands alone without that.
Yes.
They're so different.
Yeah.
Such different beings.
Yeah.
The way she carries herself, walks, holds her posture.
Yeah.
I mean, Fred's being her natural self, I'm assuming, closer to.
Right.
That had to be work. Like, you know, Danny DeVito's Penguin. It had to be some work.
Yeah.
Because her posture was
like it was
ironclad, man. It was like it made me think of some like that iron cord muscle that super beings have.
Not only was the character different, personality wise, but physically, she portrayed it completely different. And she was she a goddess? If I'm correct, a goddess or
yes, she was a goddess of a minor dimension, I believe.
Right, and then
that's how they imply it, I think. They
And
said it clearly in the
right,
show. I
and
haven't
they
watched it. I'm gonna watch making me want to watch these all again.
I know, me too. So they end up stripping
I
her.
did watch Buffy's last year, but all the medicines.
And so she ends up the angels in the gang keep strips away her powers. She's mostly human again, or mostly human. Not her full power anymore. So
Right.
she,
She's 10% of the way it was kind of described,
10%.
which is more what I got from there. I've guessed Buffy superhuman strength. As somebody who's an avid fan, and I pay attention to the Olympics and physics, and I've seen some of the things that Buffy can do, and I need to know some precise answers, but I can guesstimate how much a car weighs, how much an iron beam weighs, steel beam. I mean, and so having the knowledge that those beams she was lifting was about 1,500 pounds, and the way she handled them, I put her around Spider-Man strength, 12 to 20 tons, depending on their mood, depending on how much they believe and how much adrenaline, how much that all has a factor in how much you can lift. I'm telling you, you take the fastest motherfucker in the world, Usain Bolt. That motherfucker's fast as hell. You put 2 Doberman pinchers that you tell him to go eat his ass, I bet you he's faster. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It means something. It
Right.
does. I mean, yeah, you think, oh, he's the fastest man in the world. Nobody's ever run faster. I bet he would if you had 2 Dobermans behind him.
Oh, for sure.
We all Usain Bolt. So what's he? You know?
So now she's got to make that adjustment.
Right.
And
she's a powerful being.
And she's really taking the time to learn about humanity.
Yeah, I like that about her. I liked how she had Fred's memories, but she didn't understand them, so she needed more.
Right.
You know, in a way, that's like kind of what they did with the atom, the need to explore.
Right.
But hers was more a thirst for. I think that one of the things she was doing was trying to seek her full power.
Yeah.
You know, not at the behest of humanity like everyone else, all the villains seem to do. She wanted to learn about humanity, but she still wanted her power back.
Right.
You know?
Right. Here's a character on Buffy I don't think we covered actually.
Who?
Harmony.
Oh my goodness, no! And she's there from the rip, from the beginning.
Right. I mean, she was mostly just that mean girl with Cordelia, and those.
She was sheep. Cordelia described her perfectly. So you're sheep.
And then
the classic follow the leader.
Yes.
Rich girl.
Yes. And then throughout Buffy.
Preppy girl. You don't necessarily have to have money to act this way.
Yeah. So at the end of, you later find out during that Hellmouth, the mayor's ascension, she ends up getting turned.
Yeah, she got turned that day. The season finale of Buffy that season.
So through Buffy, she starts to hang out with like Spike and whatnot, and then she comes to
like I said, we could cover it all. There's a lot to cover. 7 seasons.
She basically comes to Angel eventually and starts working for Angel.
Yeah, first she goes and comes to see her friend Cordelia.
Right, but
Cordelia finds out she's a vampire,
and they're still friends. She still wants to be friends with her.
And then that doesn't work out. And then later she comes to Wolfram and Hart.
Yeah.
She grew. She was always already. That's what was great about her. She grew the least. Of all the characters we've talked about thus far that have grown, Harmony grew the least, but she grew in a funny vampire way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That was her growth, the vampire growth.
Right.
She was always Harmony the human.
Right.
That's what I'm saying about how William, when they possess us, they're infected in a way by our personalities and who we were. Our memories affect them.
Right.
Just like when we get it, it would affect us. You know, I ate the entrails of some kid or something. Holy shit, you know?
Right. And so there was a organization that was basically the main villain behind Angel, and
we're calling it their Angel Investigations, right? Yeah. So that's what it was. That's what they called it.
So Wolfram and Hart was there since day one of Angels.
Right. First episode.
So this is a law firm that represents basically evil for the most part.
The evil of the world.
Right.
Like they were a law. Let's just be real. They were a law firm.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. in some episodes you find out they're not just in this dimension; they're in other dimensions.
Yeah, they're a dimensional, a multi-dimensional law firm.
Yeah,
Which again, they're a law firm, right?
Right.
We know. I mean, if you don't know and you don't believe, cool. It's just a show. They're not telling. Nobody's trying to show you anything real.
Right. But
remember, we write what we know.
Right. That's a good way to put
it. Remember that thing they always tell us. So is it true or is it not? Okay.
So there was a few.
I'm not saying it's true. This is for entertainment purposes only, but
there are a few Wolfram and Hart characters that were big influences on the show. A character, Lindsay McDonald.
Yep. He was the biggest thing from Wolfram and Hart in the end.
Yes.
First one we meet.
First lawyer. He's a young,
fresh out of law college,
right?
Trying to prove this evil law firm,
trying to get up the rungs and stuff.
Yeah.
And he does not like Angel
from the firm for demons. Right?
Yeah. He does not like Angel from the
get-go. From the rip, because even though he's bad, he sees Angel as more evil than him.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. I like that bad guy. He knows he's doing he's bad, but you're evil, motherfucker. You know.
Right.
I like that. That's a character. That's something different. He's another one of those characters that could have done a lot more with.
Yeah.
You know, they could have done a lot with
him. He ends up leaving the show for a bit.
Yeah.
Which I was like, darn, I wish he would have stayed.
Yeah, and I like how he left. He wasn't killed. He didn't, it wasn't death terms.
No, it was on his
wasn't
terms.
He killed somebody and went to jail. It was real life terms in a way. He's like, he made the choice. This shit is too evil for me. I'm out.
Right.
He wanted to atone. You could tell. He left to atone.
Yeah. I mean,
and I like how him and Angel hated each other to the very fucking end.
For the very
even
end.
Though Angel realized, he's changing for the, epiphany, whatnot. Go. Hopefully you'll become a better person.
Right.
Still hated each other's guts, man.
I mean, they hate each other. They worked together a couple times here and there, but
but it was for the better, for the good. It's a lot like when motherfuckers work with Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, these self-righteous motherfuckers, Ghost Rider's burning some dude's soul, and he's mad at Punisher because Punisher killed a dude that was about to throw a grenade into her crowd. What? You hypocritical son of a bitch,
Exactly. Another one was Lila Morgan. She was
I'm drawing a blank. I haven't seen what Lila. The other lawyer. Okay. Her and the one dude, and then he died.
Right.
And then Lila kept on for a long time. Yeah.
She wanted,
I just thought kept Lila.
Yeah. She
threw me off.
She wanted to be a high exec.
Yeah.
From
she was kissing the higher ups butt from the moment we met her.
Yeah. She had more evil tendencies than the Lindsay character. To get what she wanted, she would do anything basically.
Yeah, her soul was sold. She was happy with it.
Right.
Lindsay was more a lawyer on Earth. He didn't realize how dark and deep it really, really was.
Right.
Although sometimes I call it bullshit. He knew he was working for a vampire.
Right.
So okay.
But yeah,
she was the evil lawyer bitch.
Yeah.
That worked for a diabolical, demonic law firm. So you figure how evil she was.
From season 1 to 4, she was that main Wolfram and Hart.
Who was the other guy that worked with her? I can't remember his name. Gavin.
Yeah, it was Gavin. Gavin Park.
Is it? Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Wow, I feel good about that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I can remember more about superhero universes than I can real life shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he was trying to, they were both the same, trying to get ahead of each other. They were like rivals in that regard. But in the end, Lila is the one that
he wasn't nearly as evil as she was.
No.
That's what it boiled down to. Yeah. He lost the contest of evil. That's how they did all their interns. It all happened it did.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's Wolfman Hart.
Yep.
We hire 4, and one is going to eat the other ones.
Yep.
Whoever eats the other one's in.
Yep. That's how it goes. Yeah.
Can we pause here for a second? Am I good or is that all?
You're good. So we're going to go to basically season by season.
Right. Like we did in the previous podcast
Right.
on Buffy.
Yeah. So check that out if you haven't.
Yeah, that was fun.
So like we said, season 1 was them trying to get the right characters together.
Yeah, we touched on season 1, but the first half was a Doyle,
right.
startup, couldn't figure out what they wanted to do with the Angel show.
Right.
They were going to do it very procedural, detective, vigilante guy,
right.
know.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they realized that had been done.
Yeah.
That's just too done. We got to do something else.
Right.
So that first season, the first half was trying to find their literal footing. And then Wesley comes in and helps them find the character. And I'm not, I'm sure it was the writers, but it's not just the person. But he does come in and help them get a foot on the ground, get it going.
Like I said, the character chemistry has to be right.
Right.
And
he had good chemistry with all the characters.
Yes.
They, the ones that had already been introduced, Angel, Cordelia, they struggled with the Doyle character, but instantly, they were, because they were all friends in real life. It helped that chemistry with them. Yeah, that was perfect. When Wesley's leaving at the end of that first episode, he's in.
Yeah,
and everybody knows he's not leaving.
Right.
We all know he's not leaving,
and
but they sell it that he's leaving.
Right.
And then he starts to procrastinate, be like, and then Angel sets that plate down, and that if you're you're happy.
Yes,
it makes me happy every time.
Every time.
Yes, every time.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's what I say. All these shows are comfort shows to me. I enjoy them. If they have plenty of action, comedy, drama,
right,
whatever you need, they have it. I really think that the shows I'm talking about, I mean, some are niche. This is horror. We're talking about a horror genre. Buffy's Angels,
right?
Smallville superheroes, Battlestar Galactica sci-fi. Spartacus is ancient fantasy. They're all based. There's bases of them in reality. They cover reality in their stories,
right,
through their characters.
Yes,
and the characters are done right in all these shows. That's why we are praising them when I like them so much. I know, same for you. That's why we're talking about them. They're well done. They'll stand the test of time. You can show them to your kids. You'll be able to show them to your grandkids. My grandkids already watching them.
So yeah, and
not all of them, but she's seen some Buffy, Smallvilles.
Right.
She loves Clark, of course. Go figure.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's still Spider-Man first.
Can't stop that.
It was in her blood.
So season 1, he's basically
radioactive blood.
He's basically fighting. Wolfman Hart keeps entering. Basically, that's the main foe in the first season. I mean, they're throughout, but like it's really
season 1. He's trying to get his footing legally into the Angel investigations world.
Right.
You can do it as a vampire, no problem. But.
So here's at the end, Wolfman Hart's doing some kind of ritual, and Angel wants to stop him. There's a scroll of prophecy, big in this series too.
Right, the prophecy plays a part in every season.
So at the end, they have summoned something, brought something to this world.
Right, brought something forth.
We don't know what it is yet.
No idea. It's the evilest of evils contained in a box in hell.
Right.
That's all we know.
And then you come to find out it's Darla,
who had been killed in season 1 of Buffy,
who sired
Angel, killed in season 1 of Buffy to save Buffy's life.
Right. Now she's back.
It killed his sire, which is unheard of in the vampire world.
And Wolfwoman Hart is using her to mess with Angel.
Right.
But
first he's seeing her and he thinks he's hallucinating for a while.
Right. But she's been brought back as a human, not a vampire.
Right. She's human.
She's human. So, that's going on. And then
when Angel finally finds out it's her, he's sure he can text her.
Yeah.
And He about shits and he finally realizes she's human.
Right. And, comes to find out that she was dying from a disease when she was human.
Yes.
So that
she had a wasting disease. I forget which they said it was, which one it was.
But that ends up coming back when she's turned human.
Right. And the only way, and it ends up that the only way they find a way to where Angel can make one wish. And he goes through all this trials and hoops and wins the day and gets the potion for her so she can be cured, and to find out it won't work because she's already been brought back to life once.
Yeah. So yeah. And I like that when that happened, she realized what she was here for. She basically, as a character, has a conclusion. She feels better about herself.
Right.
But then, of course, here comes Wolfram and Hart.
They bring in Drusilla. Family strife of the first part of the Angel season. That season.
Yeah.
We're on season 2 now.
Yeah, so and then she turns Darla.
Right. And well, first we got to talk about how the way Darla spends time trying to get first Angel to turn her, then other vampires, anyone she can to turn her.
Right.
And she finally gives up, and Angel convinces her to be human. And in that moment that she's willing to be human, Wolfram and Hart bursts in, takes Angel out, drags Darla away, kicking and screaming, and then Drusilla turns Darla, who was sired by Angel, who was sired by Darla, making Darla the youngest of all the vampires in the room now. That's crazy as hell.
Wow, that's
that's
right, to think about, right?
I always think about it on that rift. That what the hell? The checkers, the chess. How many moves does it take? What the hell? Look at these people.
Right.
And now I liked how Drusilla was always calling, when she came back, she was calling her grandmother.
Yeah.
Because Darla had sired Angel, who had sired Drusilla, making Darla her sire grandmother. Now Drusilla's now her mother. That's just weird. She's the mother of her grandmother and the grandmother of her son. Of her father. It's too much.
So, and during this Darla thing, it's driving a rift between Angel and his friends.
Yes.
So
they're starting to get pissed off the way he's handling everything.
Yeah.
Because he wants to handle it himself.
Right.
He's not dark enough and hard enough, so he's going back to when he was badass.
He wants to push everyone away.
He's pushing everybody away. He's a loner. He's got this.
So after a while, he does push him away. Wolfram and Hart's having this party. Darla and Drusilla crash it. Basically, kill everybody.
They crash it.
Except for Lindsay. And then Angel had a chance to stop it, but instead he just shuts the door
and leaves.
Yeah,
he comes into the massacre and sees it going on. He could have stopped it. Instead, he just locks the door and lets Darla and Drusilla have their way.
Right.
With
So it's like a darker side of Angel.
They let Lindsay and Lila.
Yeah, that's right. They did let them both live.
Yeah.
And
that's when Lindsay decides he doesn't want any part of this anymore. It's ridiculous. And so he steps down, so Lila gets to step up.
Right. Because it looked like the senior partners were going to go with Lindsay instead of her.
And that was the plan.
Right. And then eventually.
And whoever they chose, the other one was going to.
Yes.
That was the implication of all that.
Because
So Lindsay knew he was going to get chosen, and he also knew how he could walk away. He stole some files, set it up so they couldn't mess with him, and if they did, he'd release the files.
Yep.
Classic. I can get out of the mafia.
Right. And then, so then you got that going on. You got Angel trying to hunt down Darla and Drusilla by himself.
Right.
Like the darker way. Yeah.
Right.
But the group is still Angel Investigations,
Yes, but they're without Angel,
right? But they're
and they're
still
trying to come up with a new name
and
because they don't want to call it
they're
that anymore.
they're still going through the motions of being the protector and
Right.
stuff. So they're still doing their thing. And then Angel and Darla, they hook up.
Yeah, they have a one night stand.
Right.
Passionate.
And then all of a sudden, Angel
they hint that Angel's losing his soul again, and
right.
that doesn't happen.
Right. And then he has an epiphany,
and suddenly he was wrong.
Right. He wants to come back.
He wants to get back into Angel Investigations, be their friends, start over, fix all the shit he fucked up.
Right. So he's trying to do that, and he's not the leader of the Angel Investigations anymore.
Actually, he's the crony now.
Yep,
for
he's
a while.
the crony. Wesley's the leader.
Yep.
So and then that
I think the big swing on that is when the big reveal happens, and then he kind of starts becoming the leader again.
Right.
It's his responsibility.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. And then that leads towards the season end where Cordelia gets sucked into a portal to
right
Lauren's dimension.
Lauren's dimension. We don't know where she's going, but she's been sucked into hell.
Right. So Angel's trying to get the group together to go after her.
Right. He's had an epiphany. Everybody's like, nice.
Gun's off trying to save his group. But
yes.
Doesn't know if he should be part of the Angel Investigations or go back to where he's from. Lauren does not want to go back to his place.
Lauren's not going, yeah. It's like fuck that dimension.
And
he's not he's actually one of the most powerful. His kind are in charge on that dimension.
Right.
In charge in that dimension. So and even he don't want to go back. I mean, that's saying something, right?
Right. And Wesley's trying to figure out how to get them to the right place all together. So and then he does come up with this eureka moment. Yes, he does shout the word eureka. And then Gunn
they said that he actually says it.
And then Gunn actually finally joins, and then they go into that.
In the last second, Gunn joins.
Yeah.
And he chooses it's a bigger help. I can help these people and they'll do more.
So and then this dimension, I like it. It's interesting, it's different. You get to see a different dimension. Even it makes you different.
Yes.
So when Angel turns,
he's more vampiric here.
Yeah. I think Wesley says it's his monster in its purest form.
Yeah. It's the demon in its purest form.
Yeah. And this is another giant leap with Wesley in this world.
Yeah.
Because there's a resistance, human resistance fighting
against all the oppression and evil.
Well, Cordelia's basically, they treat her like a queen, but she's
when she gets there and everybody finds out what's going on, she's a queen.
Right.
That's what happened to her. She was queen in their worship, and there's more to the story.
Right. And then she's more of a offering, a sacrifice. Right.
They're gonna rip her out. They're gonna pluck her eyes out.
The Gorlock. I think that's what they call him. The champion of theirs.
Yes. I don't remember his name. I don't remember his name.
I want to say Gerlock or something like that.
It's something like that. That's close. He's supposed to be this badass fighter, champion of their world.
Yeah. And so Angel, he meets Fred. He's in his demon form. And then when he finally reverts back to Angel, now he's scared to death to turn back.
Right. He's terrified because of how powerful. This is even worse than he ever thought.
Right.
And it's worse than Angelus. It's just a monster.
Just a monster. Yeah. And then Wesley and Gunn, they join the resistance.
Yeah, they become generals,
right?
Leaders in the resistance on the world.
And
because the world's more in a medieval setting, an older time setting, so they have their advanced knowledge helps them a lot.
Yep. And then you see that he has some battle tactics in that episode. This is what kind of I'm opened my eyes to okay, Wesley is really changing now. He sets up a battle. He tells them what's going to happen, but he's going to have to sacrifice some of his men to get this to work.
Gunn Gunn realizes that.
And
he says something. He's like, man, these guys are going to die if they do this. Wesley explains it to him. Look, if we try to save everybody, we're all going to die.
okay, yep,
Sometimes they have to do this. This distraction doesn't happen. We don't get in.
right.
It's all for nothing, and we all lose.
So I mean,
That's war.
yeah. Eventually, and
I believe that's why the resistance wasn't winning.
no,
They were always trying to save everyone.
right, yep,
And you can't win that way.
no,
Even in a basketball game, football game, baseball game, sometimes you got to put it out there to win.
yeah,
And what I mean is, there's a reason you see that dude running full speed, stretch out, whatever sport it is, all the way out, or equate it to fighting anything. They putting it on the line, and not on that planet. The rebels didn't seem like they wanted to really put it on the line, but Wesley
No.
showed them how,
right.
and immediately they took over. They won.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they thought, well, they could have. They
Right.
could have won. Yeah.
Right,
They were trying to get to Cordelia. They didn't know what was going on.
right. But
You don't find out to the end of the episode.
right.
Yeah, that's a two-parter.
Yeah, it's a two-part.
The end of the first part, Cordelia is the queen. They're like, what? They do all this work to get in there and save her. They're successful finally, and she's in charge.
Yep.
In charge in a way. You'll see.
Right. And that's also where they find out that Wolfram and Hart reaches more than just their dimension. They reach multiple dimensions. So that's a nice little tidbit they throw in there. I mean, in the end, they free the people. No more slavery.
Yeah, on this planet, Wolfram and Hart are a bunch of priests that control the planet
Right.
through fear of the gods and stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Still in charge, though. Still more as powerful as the law
Right.
firms on Earth.
So and then they end up freeing the people from that. Of course,
They're the puppets behind the kings and the queens.
The demons and the humans have to start getting along.
Right.
So
right. They're
there's
trying to turn it into a utopia.
utopia.
Change it back to where everybody that's sentient is equal.
Right.
As I said, it's its own, march, its own cause, They cover different forms of racism in Angel. I like that. Racism toward demons, toward vampires, toward, they start I liked it. They covered it in a different way. It's like Avatar covers how humans invade in a different way.
Right.
I like that they did that in Angel, and they did it well in that sense. Like, you might not see it in the first season. You might missed it. You might have missed it in Doyle's story. And it went right over your head.
Right.
That his people are being oppressed, not just by demons, but humans as well. How do they live in this world? And they're born here too.
Right. And I mean, at the end, they bring Fred back.
Yeah. They bring her back from Lauren's world back to Earth. They all escape.
Right.
Yeah, blow through second episode. If people want to see it, they can go see that second episode.
Right. That at the end is when Angel comes back and there's Willow to tell him that Buffy died.
Right, from season 5 of Buffy.
Yeah. And then
and that was for real. That sucked.
Yeah. Because
they brought it back to you and shit.
Right. He instantly knew something was wrong.
Yeah, he knew. Right. As soon as they got in there, he was like, they were all happy and stuff.
Yeah.
It was celebrations were ending.
They're back together.
Right.
Yeah.
Coming and boom, Buffy's dead.
Yep.
And then he's AFK the next episode.
Yeah.
So I said, how many series do you know that the star is in the first in an episode? In the episode at all?
Yeah.
The first episode, he was barely in it. Comes in at the butt end, remember? They're busy. He's off in Buffy land.
Right.
So
and then, he comes back from Tibet for spiritual search.
Yeah. Yeah, he went on a guru
but he tells
search.
him basically it was run by demons and stuff.
Yeah, it was. Remember? A bunch of demons attacked him and shit.
Yeah. But you have season 3 here. The Fred character is still in a shell in the beginning, still in her protective bubble. But she has an obsession with her savior champion Angel.
Angel is her deity at this moment. He's the one. He's it. He's everything a prophecy could ever be,
Right.
He's the light in the sky.
Right.
The hand in the darkness, whatever she needs. What a hero.
So, and then this season they deal into that prophecy a little more, and
Yeah, they get into the
Wesley's trying to figure it all out still. And then one of the villains in this season is Holtz.
right
Uh, he's been chasing Angel
through the decades, through the centuries,
right,
since Angel was, first hired, mostly like maybe a few decades after Angel started.
right.
He's been on his ass.
Basically, Angelus,
He
his family.
yeah, he's I can't think of his name. The guy that always going after Dracula. He's that guy for
Van
Angel.
Helsing?
Yeah, he's Angel's Van Helsing.
Van Helsing, yeah.
It's the best way to give him a quick analogy. Except in this case, their roles are reversed. Angel's the good guy, and Van Helsing's the bad guy, or
Right.
Holt's the bad guy.
Right. But a demon, what is it? Sanjan? I can't pronounce it.
Sajan.
Sajan.
I know you're talking about, but I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how to pronounce it either.
It's one of those weird
Yeah,
names.
it's a near name.
So
it's one of those near out of this world names.
You find out that this demon offered Holtz
Sajan.
Sajan.
I think that's it. Sajan.
Sajan. So he ends up making a deal with Holtz in the past.
Saying, put him in a hibernation, and he'll come to the future where he can kill Angel and his child and the mother of his child.
Yep.
Get revenge.
Yep.
The sweetest way, because Angel had killed his daughter, killed his wife, killed his daughter, turned one of his daughters into a vampire, knowing that Holtz would have to kill her.
Yep.
And that's fucked up shit, man. And so Holtz said, "Hell yeah,
this is
I'm all in for revenge, motherfucker. Wake me in 200 years."
But this is all Angelus. This is what he does.
That's how Angelus rolls, right? He even comes to this world and finds out that he's not Angelus.
Right.
And he doesn't fucking care. So I don't fucking care.
I don't care that you have a soul.
I don't care that it wasn't you. I don't give a fuck. Your ass is paying for it.
Right. So he ends up, chasing. And then Darla comes back into the picture. But she has a baby bump, so for some reason. Two vampires having a kid together.
Yeah, a pregnant vampire.
Right. That's interesting and never happened before. So Holtz is chasing him. Adult Darla ends up making the ultimate sacrifice.
Well, yeah, how that goes is that baby's part of a prophecy that he's supposed to come and be the savior.
Yep. And she ends up
to the demon world, I guess, or something. Because the vampires certainly are worshiping him before he's even born.
Yep.
And Darla's all in until she finds out. She's like, "What'll happen to me? Oh, we'll cut your throat and take out your entrails."
Yeah.
Like, damn.
She's like, never mind.
Yeah, I thought y'all was protecting us, but no, you're just protecting the baby.
Yeah. So, but she ends up.
Holtz is there to stop it all from happening. He shows up in time. They're in the rain. Darla's giving birth. Baby's in Angel's hand. He's vulnerable as can be. And Holtz just takes the baby and runs. He doesn't kill Angel. Darla sacrifices herself by dusting herself so the baby can be born.
And
because of the spell that's on her that stops the baby from being harmed, she can't give birth.
Right.
So the only way to get the baby born is to dust herself.
Yep.
So she stakes herself.
Yep. And then they're in the alley. Holtz has a shot. He doesn't take it. He lets Angel go with the baby.
Yep. He lets him go for now, but he's got plans.
He's got
steal
plans.
the baby and head off to a hell dimension.
Yeah. Where Sean John isn't part of this plan.
Right.
That's not.
And part of it was he realized he thought he could until he seen the baby. And he realized that baby's innocent. I can do that to the baby. So it's all good for now, but I got a plan.
Right.
You took my family from me. I'm going to take yours.
Yep.
And I'm going to raise yours to hate you. That's the best vengeance I can have.
Exactly. Which is basically that premise of that season is eventually because he was working with demons.
Yes.
Which is against his code, so he ends up poisoning them, get rid of them.
Right.
and then he
He ends up
starts
killing off the demons, right?
right, and then he starts recruiting
Humans that
humans.
are like-minded, that hate the demons, that are have been fighting them, that he finds worthy,
Right,
worthy of being in his hunter gang.
right, and then because, like you said, his whole plan is to steal Angel's baby.
Right. That's his plan from, I believe, the moment he walks out of that alley. That
Yes,
plan starts to
yes,
formulate.
absolutely.
Absolutely. I believe it's because he's like, I believe he gave him a true reprieve. But as he walked away, it all you're reminded of what you're doing. I'm a human. I understand. Sometimes I forgive people. Like I shouldn't have,
Right, right,
and it's that, I'm going to do it this way. I'm right in myself, and it's Cody that want to kill the child.
right,
That's what was going to happen. That's what he
right,
was there for. That was the goal. Kill the child in front of the father and mother, especially the father, and then dust the father. He had it, could have done it.
right,
Walks away, lets it go, and he's like, you know what? I got a better idea. I'm not going back on what I said or what I'm still going to kill it. I'm still going to take his family like he took mine. But this is what I'm going to do. And, Holt's a planner. So
yeah, and
that's how they introduce him back in the past, is they show that, it's like Angel's evading them. And then boom, 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 he's caught. Holt had planned for you to do all that shit, to jump over this, to run through here.
right,
I was paying attention, dude. You're doing what I want you to do.
right,
So he was a planner.
right,
He was a
right.
mastermind.
Dance puppet, dance
Yeah,
for me.
yeah, he's that kind of character. That's why I would equate him to Van Helsing, because in the older Van Helsing movies, Van Helsing had plans.
Right,
He thought things out. He wasn't, obviously I can't overpower this creature. However, I can do this.
right. And then other things that are going on in the season. Wesley's working on the prophecy, trying to uh, tra- transcribe it, and but little did he know he's being manipulated. So he's reading things that aren't really true.
Yeah, like we talked about, between know episodes. It's like prophecy designed to. It's like a puzzle you can't have the answer to because you weren't privy to what they're thinking.
Right.
And so every time you read a prophecy, it's a grain of salt, unless it says clearly, Mark Norman, you will walk down the street and you will find $375,000 in a green purse on a step. It's got to be that precise,
Right.
in my
It's gotta
opinion,
be, yeah.
for it to be a true prophecy.
Right.
Everything else, it's vague. It's puzzling.
Most prophecies are vague.
It's
but
Wesley's determined to decipher this prophecy.
Right. You
Obsessed.
You got, and then you got Angel is realizing he has feelings for Cordelia.
Right.
In this episode.
Yep.
You also have Gunn and Winifred get together.
Yep.
And what's
and in that moment, I've never been, that fan of the rivalry between friends and women. I'm not that person.
Yeah.
That instant someone else is interested in one of my friends, I can't be interested in him anymore.
Right.
Not one of those people.
It turns to be a triangle between.
Yeah, and then that's what happens is they diss Wes.
Yeah,
he didn't do nothing. He didn't do shit.
Right.
And now all of a sudden you're my enemies. That's crazy as fuck. I thought that was crazy that they went from all being friends to those two not liking him anymore.
Right.
And in that instant, in that episode, I was, yeah, it made me look down on both of their characters.
Right. But you also Fred learns that her being sucked into a portal was no accident.
Right. Someone did that shit on purpose.
So now she seeks revenge
on her professor. Who's done this to countless women. Right.
So she wants to end it.
Yeah, she's about to kill Zach, get some revenge. You going into a portal, bitch.
So, but so also Holt, he finally gets his plan.
Yeah, his plan comes to fruition.
So yeah, so he
gets Wesley to get the baby away from Angel.
Right. So
and
he gets his
catches Wesley, slits his throat.
Yep.
They take the baby.
Yep. And then Angel was not happy about
Oh
that.
no, not at all. He had a very fatherly reaction.
Yeah. So, but in the end, he gets kicked out of an
Yeah.
Angel investigation.
Wesley gets booted from the group by Winifred of all people.
Yeah,
Go figure,
of
but
course.
okay.
Which why I saw her back, because that's, I remember now. She goes to Wesley to try to help her kill her professor,
Right.
because Gunn does not want her to do it.
Right.
He's telling her, don't.
Right. She goes to the person she knows will kill an evil man.
Right.
So where Gunn only kills demons, he doesn't kill humans.
Right. Until now. It ends up so Winifred doesn't have to have the guilt of killing the professor. Gunn ends up doing it for her, which that starts to cause the rift in their relationship.
Yeah, that's the permanent rift in them forever from that point on.
Right. Their relationship is now
She
tainted.
loved him because he was a good person. He
And now
snapped his neck and threw him into a portal.
And now she realizes he can be a bad person.
Yeah, he snapped the professor's neck, threw him into a portal. So he killed the guy. Then he committed another crime by messing with a dead body.
Yep.
Then he you got disposal of a corpse. Yeah, this dude is evil as fuck.
But now she realizes she can turn him evil. That's
right.
That's basically where the rip starts to happen.
Right.
So, and then like what I think weeks later, months, Connor comes out
months
from the
later, Connor comes out through the portal, full grown 18, 20-year-old, something like that.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be
Houston is like, it was like 16 probably.
I think you're wrong. I think it's like 18 to 20 because of what we're about to talk about. You'll see.
Okay.
He's got to be grown. He's got to be an adult. He sleeps with Cordelia. They wouldn't let a child do that.
That's true.
Well, they did with Angel and Buffy.
Yeah.
It's different circumstances. I don't know how they did it. My guess is he's somewhere between 18 and 21. That's what he seems like to me.
Anyways, he comes back.
He was raised to hate Angel.
Yeah. So there's that.
Raised in a hell dimension.
Right.
By his father's arch nemesis.
And then you find out Holtz returns too. He's still kind of mentoring Connor.
Yeah, but he's aged along with Connor.
Yeah, he's aged but this is part of his final plan, Holtz, against Angel. He kills himself, making it look like Angel killed him.
He puts 2 punctures in his neck like vampire bites.
Right.
So when Connor finds him, he knows Angel did it.
Right.
And then Connor finds him alive enough that Holt can, imply
that Angel, yeah,
it was Angel, but not in a way. More of don't get revenge, knowing that was what he needed to hear. Connor would need to hear to want revenge.
Right.
Because if he said, go get him, Connor might be like, the more realistic thing is, I'm going to portray myself as good to you before I go.
Right.
So you'll know that evil bastard did it. It still didn't work. Connor did still knew.
And then with Cordelia during the season, the Garlac comes to this realm because he misses her, and things did not go well.
Yeah, the champion of Lauren's world.
Right. So he comes back while Angel's trying to tell Cordelia how he feels about her.
Right.
He comes in, and that kind of,
and their boyfriend girlfriend thing kicks right off.
Right.
From where it left off on Lauren's world,
which was hilarious.
So Angel is left out, feeling like that's what Cordelia dresses him for the modern world, and she dresses him just like Angel.
Yeah, that was hilarious, and that's also to let you know that she kind of has feelings for Angel too.
Right, but she's got feelings too. She's just not listening. He is.
Right, but yeah, and then at the end, towards the season, she figures that out, and then she wants to meet up with Angel, but something happens to her.
Right.
And then with Angel,
we know.
With Angel, he's waiting for her and gets
what happens to her. She's dead.
Right.
We just don't know yet.
But he gets ambushed by Connor, thrown in,
Yeah.
locked
Put
in
in
a
a
box.
box, thrown in an ocean. Never watched the Vampire Diaries. That's what they did to Stefan, but this was the ocean, not a lake.
Right.
The deep, dark ocean.
Deep dark, where he can't die. So
Right.
he's basically just stuck in a box.
That would suck, man.
Yeah.
A whole summer
Yeah.
in the ocean,
So
stuck in a box and you can't die.
so basically, the end of the season, Angel's gone into the ocean. Cordelia's gone somewhere.
Yeah, she disappears. We don't know where right now.
So, and then Gunn and Fred are on the outs, but they're still there.
Right. They're the true what's left of the
Right.
investigations right
Because
now.
Wesley's out.
Right.
They exiled him basically. So season 3 ends with the group pretty much
Just
split up.
right. Shattered.
So then season 4 comes in. Fred and Gunn have been trying to keep the investigations open. They're doing the best. They're looking for Angel.
Right. They're scouring the earth.
Nothing's working. Can't find Cordelia either.
Right.
All they know is they found a car. That's about it.
They're at their wits' end. Fred sneaks and tries to ask Wesley if he'll help, and little does she know he's already
been helping.
He's already been helping.
You gotta like that character who.
Unfortunately for y'all have no idea where to look. Wesley, however, has a prisoner and a great idea where to look.
Right.
And that's when him and Lila's strange relationship starts to really develop.
Yeah.
He's kidnapped her. He's taking a boat out every night because she knows that Connor dumped him in the ocean out here somewhere. And he's going grid by grid looking for him.
Well,
because he still cares about Angel Investigations, even though they don't care about him at this point.
Yeah, that was Justine's the one he captured and was Holtz's.
Justine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Lila
That's
just hooked up with him.
Yeah, that's later. Yeah, you're right.
And she's trying to get information on stuff, but he's not.
Right. This is the Holtz crony.
Yes. Right. So, but he captured her, not telling anyone. But that's an awesome character that even though him and Angel are friends or anything.
I believe part of it's atonement. He wants to atone for what he's done.
But he knows the world needs Angel
right now.
So
he's there. He's this area's champion.
Yeah. So he finds him. The group is happy to see him. That scene when with Connor, because Connor's been Fred and
he's been the champion since he's dumped Angel in the ocean.
Right, but he's been lying to him, saying
he doesn't know nothing.
But the group finds out anyways. Season 4, and that scene where Angel's back and he's not being Mr. Nice Daddy anymore. This is what's going to happen. This is what you did.
Connor thinks he's weak and has no power. He's been in the ocean for months. What are you going to do, old man? Angel bucks up, powers up, gives it everything just to put his son in his place, kicks him out, tells him to get to stepping.
Yep.
Again, why I think he's an adult.
And then Angel basically almost collapses because he did.
Yeah. Also, that Fred and Gunn have been pretending to be Connor's mommy and daddy all summer. You can tell that's going on.
Yeah. And this season 4, there's a lot going on in season 4.
Yeah, it's a fast-paced season because of the way they did it.
Yeah, things changed like quick.
Yeah.
Quick. But it's because of that Wesley comes back into the fold with the group. Because the adversaries.
Yeah, there's a few times Angel needs help and Wesley's Johnny on the spot. Here, I got exactly what you need, but leave me alone.
Yep. Right.
But then in the end, they all end up back together.
But when they when they figure out the monsters and whatnot are bigger than they've ever faced.
Yeah.
We need to join no matter what.
Angel's bringing him back into the fold, and Gunn tries to chest up and say, "You ain't welcome here," and walk and tried to attack Wesley. Wesley one shot, put him to his knees. I love that moment.
Yep.
Just because you think you're the muscle, I can fight too, bro.
Right. And that one of the bad guys was the Beast,
Yeah, that was badass monster,
but
man.
he was the Beast for sure.
Yeah, that's a good name for it.
He was
And you
breaking
named
everybody.
him the Beast. I like
Right.
when Angelus did that.
He broke down the Angel and the crew, broke them down. He even went into Wolfram Heart, took that place out.
Yeah, then made some mistakes, in my opinion. They decided, let's bring Angelus into this.
And that's what the group did. Is
They took Angel Soul out on purpose
Yep.
to help defeat the Beast.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not a bright idea.
So Angelus is released, and
We get to see some of the finest Angelus moments in this run.
we really do. Delilah ends up getting killed in when Angelus is. No, yeah, she she gets killed, but not by Angelus. But they say Angelus killed her.
Right. They try to frame it on him.
Right,
Yeah.
but he didn't. But I liked during those episodes that because the Beast blocked out the sun. There's no
Yes.
more sun, so free for all for vampires.
Right.
They could come out anytime, peace, whatever.
Right. They took over LA.
I liked how Angelus, when he saw this, he's like, where's the challenge? Where's the fun in this?
Right. And they thought they had recruited him and he was on their side.
Yep.
No one understands that Angelus is alone.
Yes.
His only family was Darla, Spike, Drusilla.
Yep.
Those guys were like family vampires. That's why I said they were a unique set of vampires.
Yeah.
Everyone else, watch out, man.
But Angelus is the one that defeats the Beast.
Yeah. Easily.
And brings back the sun just because he's bored.
Just because he wants it to go back to have some fun.
Yeah. You know.
The only thing that can kill this thing is a piece of him. And then he kills me. Just like that.
Yep. So now the group has this problem. Angelus is back. And those who remember how dangerous he can be.
And Angel's soul is missing.
Yes. And yeah, the soul that they took is gone. They can't
find
it.
Put it in a safe in the wall and it's gone.
And it's gone. So I don't know who. I think it was Wesley that came up with this idea, but maybe we need a Slayer on our side to help. So
yes, it was.
So Faith was in jail because she turned herself in after she tried.
Yeah, she had turned herself in after she had tried to kill
Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley
and Angel and everyone.
Well, mostly for Wesley and all the things she had done previously to Buffy.
Right.
She was wanted. She's in prison since then.
Right. So Wesley goes to bust her out to help with the Angelus because she owes Angel, so she's planning on not to kill him as much as she can.
And Wesley knows she's been in jail, so he decides that we're not just going to walk you up against Angelus. I'm going to take you to the roughest, toughest part of town and let some vampires snatch you up surprisingly.
See if you got it.
Faith didn't take that too personal. She actually enjoyed the action.
Yep.
She let go as a Slayer. In prison, she couldn't, or she'd kill humans.
Yep.
But against these vampires, she could let go. It had to feel good. It's like a fighter that gets hit the heavy bag again.
I like the way she took down Angelus.
Yeah.
Knowing that because the plan was to inject him with something, knowing that it's going to be hard to inject him, so she just injects herself.
I'll inject myself.
So now her blood is tainted.
Right.
And when he bites her,
she fought.
Yeah.
And he probably beat her fair and square, but that was the plan.
Right.
Yeah, he's probably gonna kick my ass, but I got you.
So and now the next
suck on this.
So the episode after that, is them going through the life of Angelus and Angel.
Yeah.
To help find the soul.
Yeah, they're looking for it, right.
Plus, they also bring in a cast member from Buffy to help them with a spell.
Yeah.
So Willow
makes an appearance, yeah.
So to help get Angel's soul back.
Right.
There's a scene where Angel and Angelus fight, and they're in the dream world.
Classic. Yeah. Identity battle.
I thought that was cool. I liked when Angel got his soul back. told him, I'm not going to apologize for anything he did. I
Yeah,
didn't do
I
it.
didn't do shit.
I was happy when they did that because I was like, oh, if he's going to go back,
He got it this time. Yeah.
If he goes back to like brooding and being like, man, I can't believe I did that when he really didn't do it. Plus, it wasn't his ideal to do this. He didn't.
Right. He was against it. Right.
But they insisted. I mean, those scenes too, when Angelus was in the cage, and every time he talked to someone that was guarding him,
yeah,
the way he'd get into their head was
easy,
great,
so easy,
great.
Yeah, he's definitely a manipulator.
Yeah, and then so the beast is gone, uh, and then you find out Cordelia is pregnant. Her after her and Connor,
right?
So
right.
there's this entity in her, basically, right, which turns out to be
Jasmine.
Jasmine, the next kind of baddie
right.
in that season.
Right, yeah, half vampire, and whatever Cordelia was.
Right, but she had this
Jasmine, this goddess thing.
Yeah,
that's the only way Jasmine could be produced on this
right.
earth. Jasmine was a goddess in another world who had destroyed the world. She's so evil.
Right,
she was coming here to do the same.
Right, and but she gives off this aura where you.
Yeah, she's got a awe factor, an aura. Yeah,
right, where
she can the Pied Piper.
Right,
you're under her spell.
You're basically under spell.
The only thing that can cure you is her blood or her parents' blood.
Yes. And one of the first characters is Fred to get the blood.
She's trying to scrub the blood out of a sweater, and she rubs her hands raw.
And once you break that spell, you get to see the real
what Jasmine really looks like, which is a decaying corpse.
Right. With
continuously falling maggots.
And then of course
oozing death.
And now Fred's on the run because now
so she comes up with a good idea.
Yeah.
She's gonna shoot Jasmine and get Jasmine between her and Angel before she does it.
Yep.
So the bullet will pass through her and hopefully hit Angel.
Yep.
And then he'll have her blood. And
because now he's got to get the other members.
And they capture all the other characters and free them of the spell.
Right. But now the basically all the people that the aura has affected, which is pretty much most people around the world.
Right. She was able to get on TV world. Right. And then I believe he ends up making a deal with Wolfram and Hart for help. Yeah, he goes to Wolfram and Hart to save Connor.
Yes,
Connor's just lost.
That's one of the big.
He knows at this point in the seasons that Connor's lost.
Right.
He can't save him.
Right, because Connor is willing to sacrifice the Cordelia, who's facing a coma, whatever, and himself. He's ready to.
Right, he's ready to kill
after everything that's went down.
Yep.
What was interesting too is Connor, since he's the father, wasn't affected by that.
Right.
Her aura.
He saw her that way the whole time.
Her the whole time. Yep. That really shocked everyone. Like,
yeah.
But he grew up in a demon
world. So, what's that mean? Right.
So, but yeah, he ends up making a deal with Wolfram and Hart for help, and Connor's part of that deal.
And the deal is he takes over this branch of Wolfram and Hart.
Yep.
The American branch.
Yep. And Connor gets a new life with none of his memories.
None of this knowledge of all this ruckus his life was.
So
he's just a normal rich kid now,
yep.
upper class kid.
And that's where season 5 takes place. Is now Angel and
they're Wolfram and Hart.
Right.
And Angel gives him a choice. You know, he comes at the end, he goes in and he comes out and he's like, I signed him with Wolfram and Hart. And they're like, what the? There'll be a limo to come around if y'all want, you know.
Come in.
And who wants to go? And Angel goes and signs, and eventually everybody signs on.
Yeah.
They'll get to control it.
And
it takes some convincing. Wolfram and Hart has to prove again and again and again that it's yours. You can do whatever you want with it.
Right.
This is all yours. This magnificent law firm / law scientific magical operational center is all yours. And so it really gives them a whole new level of power.
Right.
It's like gives them it was basically probably how Josh wanted to end. This is what Wolfram what Angel was going to be.
Right.
He was going to win. He was going to take over until the demons came from hell.
Yeah.
This branch of Wolf and Heart would be doing good.
Would be the good Wolfman Heart.
Right.
And also that's when Spike comes into.
Yeah, that's when Spike comes back into play crazily. Right. The medallion he was wearing is given to Angel.
Right.
And then Spike comes and is able to now haunt Angel in a spiritual form.
Basically, he's a spirit form, yeah.
Right. Comes in as a spirit form.
So that brought some comedy, I thought, too.
Yeah, that brought a fun aspect
where he was harassing Angel and stuff.
Yeah. Angel got to be a puppet that season. That was a good one.
Yep. Yeah, that was one of the episodes I remember most. Yeah. Is the puppet Angel.
Yeah. He has the proportionate, well, how do they say it? He has the proportionate reactionaries of a puppet his size or something like that.
So
he's like, don't say it. Don't say it.
Yep. That was also when Harmony became a bigger part of Angel too.
She became a main character for that rest of that season. Yep.
She was the assistant. I remember one of her big episodes was when someone was trying to frame her for drinking human blood because now no employee was allowed to drink human blood.
It was another vampire was trying to get her murdered and shit. Yep.
Yeah. So they're trying to run this law firm, turn it into good.
Right. Use it for nothing but good. And some mistakes are made.
Right. Lots of mistakes. This is also a season where Gunn switches from being just a hired gun and muscle to
he gets
an actual lawyer.
Yeah, he turns into a lawyer. He gets a brain upgrade.
Yep. I know in this season Angel meets a woman werewolf that becomes his
love interest is a female werewolf.
Yeah. There's a lot happening. Of course, Angel and Spike are still going at it.
Spike ends up becoming corporeal finally.
Yeah, because he starts a friendship with Fred to help get him back.
Yep.
So that happened. And then when he does, he every time.
And Fred genuinely fights to get him back, even when everyone else doesn't want him back.
Yes, that's what they start that friendship.
The entire Angel investigation crew doesn't want him, doesn't care, doesn't want him back. Nope. Fred ends up wanting him back.
Yep. Because when he was corporeal, he was stuck to Wolfman Heart. Every time he tried to leave,
he bounced back. He'd rubber band back. Yep.
And even when
he even sacrificed himself, he had a chance to be corporeal once, but he let them capture an evil spirit.
Yep.
So people wouldn't be harmed anymore.
Right. So yeah.
And that was that they were like, that's his one chance. Fred was like, that's it. That's all I got. That's my one chance.
Yep.
Spike knew it. That's it. Well, at least we got him.
Yep. There was a lot going on that season too. They also had the character who basically was the liaison from Angel to senior partners.
Yeah.
But he
was played by one of the bald ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was super powered. He was infused with Wolfman Heart blood or something that made him strong.
I think it was Adam Baldwin.
Yeah.
Because Angel and Buffy, those last few seasons, they had a lot of guest stars that were on that Firefly. That last one season. So of course they had that connection with Joss Whedon. So
Firefly was filled with Buffy and Angel people.
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica people.
Yep.
Smallville, Battlestar Galactica, Buffy. They have a lot of characters that come in. Angel.
They like to follow that genre sometimes.
Yeah. Fantasy.
Yeah. So, but the big bad there was the Circle of the Blackthorn.
Yeah, that was the evil in that season, the final season.
Yeah.
And the only way they could defeat him was Angel had to become a villain.
Right.
Had to do villainy.
So, this is also they had a scientist Knox who seemed like a good guy, but he had his own agenda.
He worshipped Illyria.
So And that's where the lyric came in, where he chose Fred for this.
Right.
Fred was his choice.
Right.
So Lyra, it starts out.
They used gun to get it done.
Yeah. So
the lawyer gun.
It kind of starts off as like disease.
Yeah. It's she infects. Yeah.
Yeah. Almost like a plague.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a sad episode, I thought.
And
too.
when you die, when Illyria takes over, you're not just dead. She erases you from existence.
Right.
She eats your essence.
Right. So there's no
coming back. Fred will never return.
Right. There is no
Fred.
There was no Fred left.
Yep. It all got eaten by Illyria.
Yes. So that was a sad episode, I thought, too.
Yeah. That's a killer because they're showing her old life too before she left to come to LA.
Yep.
Poor kid.
Yep. So here's Illyria, this powerful goddess. And
yeah, I believe the most powerful character they had in the shows.
Right.
Like, besides Glory.
I mean, luckily the team was able to take most of her power. Yeah. So take most of her power away. So she was left less power.
Yeah, she was really, really weakened.
So here's a character that had all the power. Now she's barely got any.
Right.
That she once had. So here's a character that's got to find herself again. A new character.
Right.
But I give the actress credit in the world for that, the transition from Fred to Larry.
Yeah, it's impressive. The two different characters.
Not just personality wise, but physical.
Yeah,
like physical
she
acting.
Carried herself, walked, moved, motion timing.
Yeah.
Mannerisms. She did well.
The way she interacted with humans, that because she got that "you're beneath me" look.
Yeah, the way she would look at them sometimes, and
like
like
they're a bug on the ground.
Like, what the hell?
You're
bug?
An ant.
Yeah.
So I mean that was part of it. Basically the ending plot for this was to just stop this evil machine.
Right.
Just for a second.
Right.
Even if they do that. Not
just destroy Wolfram and Hart, but put a kink in their program for a minute.
So, and then. Which
I still, to this day, is it worth it? Everybody dead and they'll just go on without you, forget about you tomorrow.
Right. But we also forgot during this fifth and final scene, the character Lindsay comes back.
Yeah, he wants to help them stick it to Wolfram and Hart.
Right. But before that, he wants to stick it to Angel again. So he uses Spike.
Yeah.
He tells him he's Doyle.
Yeah, he plays the Doyle Angel role.
So, but he's all tatted up.
Yeah.
As, markings so Wolfram and Hart can't see him.
Right. He's invisible to their magics and senses. Yeah.
So, and then they lock him away after they foil his plan. But then he's brought back to help.
And Gunn puts himself in Lindsay's place so Lindsay can be free. And then they go free Gunn. With Illyria. Yeah.
Illyria goes freeze Gunn easily like that.
Right. It's easy too. She just takes the demon, takes the necklace off a gun, puts it on the demon, and they leave. I mean, there's a little more ass whooping than that, but that's it.
Yeah, but that's a summary. So they come up with this plan to how to stop him for just a second or whatever their thing was, to basically rise up against Wolfram and Hart.
Right. He said they want to stick it to him even for a moment.
So they split up. Gunn goes back to the streets, basically. Goes back to his roots to re-find himself. So they're paired. Lauren and Lindsay are paired.
Right.
They got to do something. But at the end, Lauren ends up shooting.
At the end, they know that Lindsay can't live because he always reverts to the evil.
Yeah.
And they just can't do it.
He was so mad that it wasn't Angel that killed him. That killed him.
He knew they were going to kill him, but he thought it was going to be Angel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
With all their feud, that was justice to him.
So, and then Gunn's gonna kill some vampires that are basically campaigning and stuff.
Yeah, the most powerful vampire gang in the area.
Yeah, and then
Wesley goes after the wizard of the thorns.
Yep.
Angel goes after the Wolfram and Hart lead of the thorns.
Yep.
Everybody does their part to disrupt.
Everybody does their part.
And then once they do and they get it all done, and Wesley's dead and Gunn's been gutted, Wolfram and Hart stands up and unleashes hell on them.
And that's how it ends.
Yeah, hell's coming at him. Dragons, and Angel's like, I got the dragon.
Right.
Lyria tells Gunn he's got a mortal wound. He's dead.
Yep. All that's left is Spike, Lyria,
and
Angel. Really.
Yep, that's it. Everybody else is dead. Connor's safe. He's not dead.
Yeah.
But Wesley, Cordelia, they all died. Lauren.
He does come back.
Lauren just leaves.
Yeah. Lauren leaves. He's like, because he told Angel, I'm not coming back. I'm done.
Coming back. Yeah. If I do this for you, I'm done.
And Connor did come back in that last season.
Yeah, but just
not a star, but a guest star.
Yeah, he guest starred an episode where you got to see what he was and that he understood what he used to be, and he's not that anymore.
Right. And it did help. He did, and he was in that final plot with them, too. But it ends on basically a cliffhanger where it could have been continued, but it was canceled anyways. But they didn't change it. But they knew they were going to start doing comic books anyways. So.
Right. I don't know if they lasted or not.
I don't know either. I know Angel and some other people start helping people when all the hell is raining loose towards them, and Spike and Lyra start to understand each other and do different stuff.
Which he was the one that had the best relationship with her as it was.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. But from season 1 to 5, it was a great show. Season 1 was, you got to hold on till the mid part, but
they didn't know what they wanted to do at first.
No, they knew they
weren't sure what direction.
Right.
Yeah.
But they didn't want it to solely fall on, stay hooked to Buffy the whole time. They wanted its own show.
Yeah, they wanted to stand apart.
There were some other characters. There's the detective, Kate Lockley. There was a little story going on.
Yeah, that she had a small part stuff. Yeah. Angel was able to get into her house without an invite.
Yep.
To save her. That was crazy.
Yeah. There's some guest stars from Buffy on there.
Yeah, they did that.
Buffy was one.
You have to give the show little boosts.
Oz was on it once or twice, I believe.
Yeah.
Faith was there, of course.
Yeah.
Willow.
She made a couple appearances. Willow made an appearance.
Yep. So they were kind of helping, but it was interesting because they were on two different channels.
Yeah, even when they switched networks, they were able to.
So it was nice they were still able to cross over. Usually, some stations
they'd say no. But they both channels knew it would be good for their ratings.
Yeah, but again, it's another great character-driven show. I liked most of the characters. There's a couple that was like, I don't know about, but someone else loved them. So it just wasn't my kind of character. That happens sometimes.
Right.
But they were well done, well written.
Yeah, most characters were. Yeah.
The Wolfram and Hart, I like that angle where it was a constant thorn in Angel's side.
For every season.
Yeah. But again, I would recommend watching Angel. I would watch Buffy first.
Yeah, if you're gonna watch them both, definitely got to watch Buffy first.
Watch Buffy first because those are great shows. And it's in the same kind of universe.
Yeah, Angel's a spinoff.
So, but definitely check
He's
them
in
out.
LA, they're in Sunnydale.
Right. But definitely check them out. I mean, even if you want to check out the comic books to see what happens, I would recommend that too.
Yeah.
Same with Buffy. I'd go read some comic books just to see where the story continues.
Like they're full of action, comedy, drama. Like we said, they cover a lot. They live life. They tell a life story from a supernatural, from like the superheroes do from that perspective.
Right.
What would it be like to be Spider-Man and be trying to date? What would it be like to be Buffy and be trying to date?
Right.
What's their version like?
Right. So, definitely give them a check them out. I highly recommend. So, again, I'm Mark. your host, Lord Drew. If you want to check him out on Twitch, you can find him at Lord_Drew_72 at Twitch. Definitely, he does a variety of games.
Yeah, Fallout's my game right now. I play some DBD. Download some other games here soon.
So definitely hit that like and subscribe button if you like this. If you didn't, just do it anyways. That'd be just for us. I forgot to mention this, but July 4th, we will be doing a special Captain America podcast show.
Okay.
Talk about Captain America, all the different versions, history, team up,
comics, movies.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So we'll be covering Captain America 4th of July.
It's a good one.
So definitely tune in for that. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed the show.